2 weeks had passed since that unforgettable night at Rossi's. Yet, no matter how many meetings Ethan Cole attended or how many phone calls demanded his attention, one face kept returning to his mind: Claire Bennett, her warmth, her laugh, the way she looked at him, not like a billionaire or a CEO, but just a man trying to find his way again. He'd even found himself checking the cafe across from his office, wondering if, by some miracle, she might walk by. But she didn't, and for the first time in years, Ethan realized how quiet his world had become without her in it. Then fate intervened. When his 7-year-old son, Noah, came down with a high fever one weekend, Ethan called for a private nurse through St. Mary's Hospital. He waited anxiously in the living room, pacing near the fireplace as the front door opened. "Mr. Cole," a soft voice called out. Ethan turned and froze. The nurse standing there, in light blue scrubs with a stethoscope around her neck, was Claire. Both stared at each other in disbelief. For a long, stunned moment, neither could speak. Ethan began. "Apparently your nurse," Claire finished with a nervous laugh, cheeks flushing. Before Ethan could respond, a weak voice from upstairs called out, "Dad!" Claire immediately switched into her professional mode, moving past him to check on Noah. Ethan followed quietly, watching as she knelt by his son's bed, her tone gentle and soothing. Noah relaxed almost instantly, gripping her hand as if she'd been there forever. By the end of the day, Noah was smiling again, and Ethan's walls had started to crumble. Over the next few days, Claire became part of their routine. She'd arrive in the mornings, with her warm smile and kind energy, filling their quiet home with life. She made pancakes with Noah, teased Ethan for his terrible coffee-making skills, and somehow managed to bring laughter back to a house that had long forgotten it. Ethan found himself looking forward to her visits, to the way she brightened the room without even trying. At night, he'd stand by Noah's door, watching her read bedtime stories in that soft, calming voice that made his heart ache in the best way. One evening, as Noah drifted off to sleep holding Claire's hand, Ethan lingered by the doorway. When their eyes met, something unspoken passed between them, something deep, tender, and inevitable. He stepped closer and whispered, "I thought I'd lost my chance at love until you showed up again." Claire's eyes shimmered. She smiled softly, whispering back, "Maybe you just needed the wrong blind date to find the right person." For the first time in years, Ethan reached out, gently brushing a strand of hair from her face. "Then I guess," he murmured. Fate knew exactly what it was doing, and, in that quiet moment, under the glow of a child's nightlight and the hum of a new beginning, Ethan Cole knew one thing for certain: he wasn't letting her go again. It was supposed to be a simple favor. Claire Bennett, a hard-working nurse from Chicago, was the kind of woman who never said no when someone needed help. She worked double shifts at St. Mary's Hospital, paid her bills on time, and somehow still managed to take care of her sick mother back home in Iowa. So when her roommate Emily begged her to fill in for a blind date she couldn't make, Claire reluctantly agreed. "All you have to do is show up, smile, and tell him I got the flu," Emily had said between sneezes. "You'll probably get a free dinner out of it." Claire didn't expect much, just an awkward evening, maybe some polite conversation, and a quiet cab ride home. But the moment she stepped into Rossi's trattoria, everything changed. The restaurant was warm and dimly lit, with soft jazz playing in the background and the smell of garlic and red wine filling the air. Her eyes swept across the room, then stopped. Seated alone by the window was Ethan Cole. Even Claire, who never followed business news, recognized him. He was the elusive billionaire CEO of Cole Medical Systems, one of the top healthcare technology companies in the country. The same man who turned tragedy into innovation after losing his wife 5 years ago. A man known for his brilliant mind, sharp decisions, and a heart frozen by grief. For a second, Claire wanted to turn and run. This was way out of her league. But before she could, his gaze met hers. Ethan stood up slightly, a puzzled expression crossing his face. "You're not Emily," he said, his tone calm but curious. Claire froze. No, I'm her friend. She's sick, and she didn't want you waiting alone." She tried a nervous smile. "But I promise I'm not dangerous." For the first time that evening, Ethan chuckled, a deep, warm sound that surprised even him. "Well," he said, motioning toward the chair across from him, "I suppose I'll take my chances." What was supposed to be a 15-minute polite encounter stretched into 2 hours. They talked about everything, from childhood memories to favorite foods, from the chaos of hospitals to the loneliness of success. Ethan found himself laughing, really laughing, for the first time in years. Claire's honesty was disarming. She didn't care about his wealth or his name. She listened when he spoke, teased him gently when he got too serious, and somehow made him forget the weight of the world resting on his shoulders. When dessert arrived, Ethan leaned back and studied her. "You know," he said softly, "I can't remember the last time I enjoyed a conversation this much." Claire blushed. "That makes 2 of us." Outside, the snow began to fall softly against the city lights. When the evening finally ended, Ethan walked her to the door. He hesitated, then said, "Maybe next time, don't come as a replacement." Claire smiled. "Maybe next time, you won't need one." That night, what began as a mistaken date became the beginning of something neither of them could explain, something real, rare, and completely unexpected.